the machine has to do, you have to understand one thing about Portugal. When we were a very undeveloped country, and being undeveloped, I think today we can see that sometimes being undeveloped, it's an advantage. It's not the opposite. So we see a lot of people today going to do what was lost and going back to the roots. That could be in terms of vineyards. We went from working the soils, a minimum use of pesticides. Now what we see is a lot of people going back that road. And the same thing in making wine. So when in 1986, when Portugal joined the European Union, we wanted to see everything shining and modern. And so we forgot about these things here, about Lagar. Here in the Douro, all of a sudden, treading grapes and doing it like your grandfather used to do was, oh, we're third world, we were undeveloped, so everybody wanted tanks and very shiny wineries. Here at Infantado, we kept making all our wine in Lagar, and the reason is very simple, you know. We have this machine now, we used to tread by feet. I think one must never forget, the most important thing in making wine in Lagar, it's not how you tread, it's the surface of contact you have between the skins and the must. I mean, the same grapes that I put here and that give me about this height of skins, if it was in a tank, would be a meter. So to get wine through those meter of skins, you have to really push it. You have to either take all the wine and put it on top, or you have to have a very powerful pump. When you do that in Lagar, you can have a good extraction with a minimum effort and working gently. In our view, if you want to make balanced wines that are fresh, elegant, with finesse, if you treat the grapes with if you're more gentle to the grapes, you're going to get better results. So it's as simple as this. Then, if you don't make enough money, and that was what was happening for us, to tread everything by feet, I was going to say by hand, no, we don't juggle yet. You have to come up with something that will do the same work, spending less money, and that's what we invented. So each feet has its own motor, then its own sensor, and it will only go, if there's a pile of grapes under a feet, it won't go to the bottom, you know, it will stop. The fact that it works just like people do, like this, it's great. So after 3 vintage, we're really convinced this is, in my opinion, it's even a little better than people, because it's more, you know, people then will, I'm tired, or, oh, I'm going outside for a cigarette, you know, or I have to go to the bathroom. And so the machine is better because it's more consistent and the quality of the work is the same. So more than anything else, come up with a machine that won't change the style of wines, will just do the same thing for less money.